Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your August love messages. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, just know it's meant to find you. And cross watchers, place the roles as you see fit. We're going to do a you versus them reading. In your general reading, which you can find below, I highly encourage you to watch both. There always seems to be some crossover and a deepening of messages. And check out your other placements. I have my Patreon for the extended love messages, as well as a lot of extra supportive content for the upcoming eclipses. I'm going to be doing a pick a pile reading on my Patreon, and also diving into this North and South Node series I'm going to be working on towards the end of the month, so stay tuned for that as well, okay? My website, I have some really cool offerings right now, a 6-month natal transit where we look into the transits for you specifically, and the North Node reading, right? Where the North nodes, the North and South nodes are being activated in September. So if you want to reach out to me, find those links below. Also find that general reading as well. We pulled these energies for you. This could be people you're dealing with or energies in your chart are surrounding these love dynamics, relationships. Libra, Sag was strong in Pisces and Scorpio, but it could be any fire or water sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Libra. All right, let's see how your person is feeling towards you. Again, roles can be reversed. You could actually resonate with both sides, right? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Of course, check your other placements or check back later. Aquarius, we have this full moon coming up. If you want more astrology chat, check out the general reading. I dive more into self-development and astrology for each sign there in the general readings. All right, let's see. I'm actually being called to pull from the Animal Oracle. How is your person showing up? Aquarius in love for August, or whenever you find this, how is Aquarius's love interest showing up? The person on Aquarius's mind, how are they showing up in this dynamic currently? Ooh, feisty. We did have a lot of this Mars influence for you, right? We have a lot of this, it was a little bit like angsty, you know, not what it seems, in misinterpretations, Mercury retrograde at its finest, right? But it could be in any arena of your life. But we have this unicorn in reverse with the crocodile. Crocodile is very protective, okay? And then we have the hyena here. Lion in reverse. This person could very well have fire in their chart. This person does seem a bit offsetting, like their energy is a bit volatile, I would have to say here with the unicorn in reverse. It's also like very apathetic. The crocodile, I'm trying to find my interpretation book, but I don't see it on my table. I don't know what happened to it, so I'm gonna freestyle. Oh, there it is. Haha. I usually freestyle just based off of what I see, but I want to read this unicorn in reverse because the unicorn is a very majestic, this is spirituality, this is like, again, the unicorn is very much Aquarius for me, you know. This is not wanting to fit in any sort of box, kind of standing out in some way. This is believing in the unseen, right? When we think of unicorns, many people believe that they existed or they do exist, right? Fairies, elves, whatever you want to call it, nymphs, you know, to each their own. But there's a belief in, like, you might not have all the answers. And this is another thing that came up in your general reading. Again, it's not what it seems. So as humans, we sometimes need proof. We need to see it. We need 3D, physical, tangible proof. And yes, there's a time and place for that. But in this spiritual essence, there's some things that are just not meant to be seen. Also with the unicorn here. And there's a quest for answers here. This person is maybe wanting really concrete answers, and maybe that's just not possible at this time. And they're being very watchful, cautious. This person could be very protective with the crocodile. Also, what I'm getting here with the crocodile is kind of lurking, you know, because the crocodile lurks. They're not fast. They're slow, methodical. And when they approach, and they come in pretty strong. And it's like the jaws, the teeth and the jaws remind me of like clinging onto something. you know, not knowing when to maybe let go, especially with the unicorn in reverse, of things that have happened. This is cooling off also. Yeah. It's talking about being silent and patient. That's the thing. It's like there's a lot around the misinterpretations, things not being as they seem, and you need to kind of collect your energy of rest. You know, it's slow. Like I said, the crocodile is slow. This person needs to slow down because they're kind of like being bombarded with the unicorn in reverse of like feeling like they don't have the answers, but they're not meant to necessarily. They're supposed to slow down. That's retrograde at its finest though, so then this makes sense. It's been coming out for a lot for every person. So let's dive deeper into your person of interest. Aquarius is love interests. What would they like to say to Aquarius? Aquarius is love interest. What I'm getting here also from this person, and this is something that I have to practice a lot, and I say this in a lot of my private readings to my clients and in my readings in general, is what is this teaching me, right? Saturn and Pisces, Saturn retrograde, what is this teaching me, rather than why is this happening to me? That's what's coming up here. Clear mind, yes. Crocodile, clear mind. They need to clear their mind here. Sweep away any doubts that you have. Yeah, there's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of doubt with this person with the unicorn reverse. I was feeling that. Aquarius is love interest. Fantasy land, yeah. Unicorn in reverse, fantasy land. So again, the unicorn upright would signify a balanced perspective of practical and spirituality, right? Understanding that I'm not always going to have the answers, and I'm going to leave it up to spirit, source, energy, whatever you want to call it on. I'm going to trust. This level of trust. This person has maybe a hard time. They could get really trapped in fantasy, right? Their illusions. They could have like an anxious attachment style where it could be a bit needy even. So they have to rest. They have to slow down here. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic as well. Like, don't assume. This person could be making assumptions, Aquarius, is what I'm getting. Or they could be saying this to you. Again, roles could be reversed. Don't assume. You know, that message was very strong before. It's not what it seems. Misinterpretations. I would watch your August reading. It's very much connected here. What else? Aquarius is love interest. The person on their mind. What would they like to say to Aquarius? Soul whispers. Yeah, look beyond the words. Okay, I keep getting the same message. Look beyond the worlds. Again, unicorn. What you can see, the unseeable. This is in clairvoyance, like intuition, your dreams. This person needs to connect more, or again, is an imbalance of too much of that. They make assumptions. They draw conclusions that they don't have any realistic ground to walk on. And that could be very confusing for you. Maybe it shows up as, again, them being very anxious or avoidant. It could be either way because of hurtful events that's happened potentially between you two here. And this person is trying, again, to not, they're being guided not to dwell on the past. So it doesn't anchor you down. They're trying to clear, any fantasy, maybe expectations that they had of you, or vice versa, right? Lots around expectations. When we go into relationships, we always have a level of needs, values, wants, desires, expectations. But the problem here is when we start to force, coerce, or manipulate someone when they clearly are not capable, right? That's when we get into trouble. That's when we have codependency. That's when things become manipulative. There is surrender. Again, what's meant for you, of course we fight for it. I'm not saying to just be like, well, it's hard, I'm going to give up. Like, that's bullshit. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when we've clearly stated our needs, our wants, our desires, and of course it's an intuitive feeling too between two people. If you feel like it's manageable and you put the work in together, yeah, that can take time. But you know best, Aquarius, when, time has run out or time is running thin is what I'm hearing. How is this person feeling towards Aquarius? It's like wearing rose-colored glasses is what I'm seeing this person. Trying to paint you as someone you're not, or again, they themselves. Because again, relationships are also mirrors. What does that say about themselves? They're not seeing themselves clearly because they can't see another clearly. So this is advice for you as well, Aquarius, is to not take it too personal if this person is misjudging you in some way or saying things right now that, so there's a twist to their words is what I'm hearing. Aquarius, silence, beauty. What else for Aquarius? I feel a headache here. I didn't have a headache, so I feel like for you, you're having some mental thing, or they are. Tension, Aquarius. Aquarius's love interest. Clouded judgment. Yeah, this is the same message. There's a lot of clouded judgment around loyalty, foundation. This person is hoping to have a foundation with you. They maybe want commitment, but it's clouded by illusion around maybe, again, their expectations around commitment, what that looks like. Are you guys on the same page? We'll see how you feel. This person wants a foundation. They want something that's reliable. They want to believe in commitment, family, security, intimacy. But there's this clouded fantasy. Yeah, I keep getting the same thing. They have fantasy twice and the unicorn in reverse. This person is, they could be going through like, the dark night of the soul, a crisis identity, something really, it could be literally something happening in their life, right? Some major conflict. It could be mental health. I'm not going to say it can't be that. This is a general reading. I am not a licensed therapist. If someone is dealing with some sort of, like seeing things, whatever that might be, bipolar, mood swings, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, like any of these things. I'm not a licensed therapist though, so please seek counsel for that if that's your case. But there's just misconceptions, things getting misconstrued, things just getting over exaggerated, daydreaming. This is it realistic? Is this person's ideas of commitment realistic? They could have like a scroll is what I'm seeing of like expectations, and that can happen over time as people age, they get jaded, and that it's a good thing to have boundaries and expectations and what you want. That's not what I'm saying here. But the big but here is when we are like too picky, nitpicky, they did this wrong. It's like micromanaging. Think of someone when they're micromanaging you. How annoying is that? We've all had that boss, most likely. You all have. When someone's micromanaging you in a relationship, that level of contempt. Contempt is coming up here for you. Ooh, I'm gonna link that. The 5 laws of relationships or something, and contempt is one of them. I'm gonna find the link for you and I'll provide it. But contempt is coming out really strong. Silence. I think silence is important here to clear this person's mind. If this person is giving you the runaround, again, roles can be reversed. They could be saying this about you. Okay, this is all information for you. But this person needs to be able to clear their mind. And I don't know if that's necessarily, that's not a you job is what I'm hearing. It's not a you job. Yes, you can show them I'm here for you. I'm here to listen. I'm here to support you. But if you're going to live in this false world, these things are not concrete, then we're going to have to figure this out, because I can't keep getting pulled under is what I'm hearing. All right, let's see your energy. I'm going to pull from the animal spirit. What's your energy towards your love interest? How is Aquarius showing up in this relationship? Too many. How is Aquarius showing up in this relationship? Camel. Yeah. Reserve. You're being way more reserved, way more cautious. Vulture. This is also hoovering. Vulture is a very sacred animal as well. This is, you don't want to play small anymore is what I'm seeing with the earthworm. But this is all about reservation. The vulture is the great composter, and so is the earthworm. So this is something about releasing on the full moon. This is like composting things that are not meant for you. Again, clearing space, clearing house, clearing the mind, not letting other people's judgments or interpretations cloud your judgment, because your person definitely is in more of this fantasy. And again, they could be saying this about you. You know best, but your energy is very, very, very grounded here, very conservative. You know, the camel has to also conserve their energy. Think about, they're traveling in the middle of the freaking desert. You know, I want to read about the camel for you here. Camel's so cute. Camel. Conservation, sustainability, like how much can you sustain here? Knowing oneself, being resourceful, right? This is self-reliant. This is also facing judgment or anger. Wow, even in the face of excess heat, judgment or anger, the camel searches inside the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. Yes, so I have to say, Aquarius, that you are showing up more as like the mediator, the one that's like putting water on the fire. And interesting, look at this, water and fire showing up here. You could very well be dealing with a fire sign and you're the one that's coming in as the water bearer. It's like trying to like pour out the flames. Maybe this fire is getting to be so big, you know. Fire energy can be beautiful and creative and passionate and sexy and just confident, but if fire is not contained, you know, it can cause great disaster. And then this Pisces is also Neptune. So you could very well be dealing with a Pisces or someone that has a lot of Pisces in their chart. And this is Neptune. Neptune is retrograde. This is all around illusion. This could be substance abuse. This is getting lost. This is being disillusioned, right? Fearing things, being very like in fight or flight, on edge kind of energy. And then the Libra's here saying balance it out. Mediator, scales of justice, karmic justice, balance, reciprocity, harmony is coming in. And it looks like you're the one that's kind of being more content, even if, say, this love interest of yours is being a bit more hostile, okay? Let's see how you're feeling. I like this for you. This is great energy to stay in, to ground this down. Again, this could be single, past, coupled. If you want a private reading, just know you can find all that information below. And as a Patreon member, you get 20% off. So you get all the extra content. The extended love readings are also on Patreon, and you also get 20% off. When you email me as a Patreon member, just make sure you mention that you are a Patreon member, okay? And you get 20% off all of my services. Aquarius, how do you feel? What would you like to say to your love interest? What are the energies that are surrounding you at this time? Yeah, you're enjoying the ride. You're like, I'm enjoying the journey and embracing it with courage. You're just like, trotting along here, minding my own business. You know, I'm keeping a watchful eye. You know, I'm cleaning house too. Like with the vulture, it's like I'm willing to let this go if I have to. Yeah, spiritual retreat. You're going into more like, you know what? Not my circus, not my monkeys. I love you. I'm here for you, but if you're going to continue to create chaos, I need to exit. I need to retreat and find solitude. Maybe you are going on a spiritual retreat. This is reserving your energy. Picking battles is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm going to call picking your battles. Again, lots of connections here with your general message. We got Katy Perry roar. You know, there might be moments when you want to, if this person's kind of like picking at you, micromanaging you, you could want to just roar and lash out. But my guides, your guides are suggesting to not do so. This is about enjoying the moment, staying present. Lessons are here. Open your mind. This is all about learning. You're learning a lot about this person, and you're learning a lot about yourself through this person. And you might actually be finding yourself, the way you react is very different than maybe how you used to, because of some spiritual practices that you've implemented here. You're learning how to reserve your energy more, or if you're not feeling this way, Aquarius, this is what is being asked of you. One more card for Aquarius in this love dynamic. Please show me the truth. Isolation, yeah, look at that. You could be going on a retreat, literally. Desolate spaces, solitude to recover, open doors. You have many options, so take your time. Yes, you have the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups in reverse in your general message. It seemed like you did have a lot of options. Do I stay or should I go? But it looks like there are open doors here. There's options even within this dynamic for change, you know. We're going to pull from the Hidden Secrets. We'll see more in the extended, right? I'm going to look more into these open doors. We'll talk more about how your person is feeling, what they'd like to say. I'll pull more oracle messages as well. Also, maybe some time for you. Time is here on the cut. We'll dive more into maybe some time frames. If some, especially with major arcanas, I usually use those as time markers for the sign, the month that maybe these open doors will be coming in. How are you feeling towards your love interest, Aquarius? The person on your mind, Aquarius. How are you feeling towards them? Influences, fantasy. Cloud of Judgment. Same cards. Yeah. So again, it could be mirrored. You both could be saying this about each other. And that's when it's like, okay, well, apparently we're just gaslighting the hell out of one another. Maybe we need to just take some time. And that could mean separation, or again, it could just be time apart for a little while, or if you live together, right? This is a general reading. It looks different, you know, just maybe even, again, counsel, therapy, spending more time with friends, giving each other time to breathe in some way. Okay? You could very well not be on speaking terms with this person for some of you. Or you're needing that to get some clarity here. Because look at, you have clarity to fantasy. And I see the vulture and camel as you're stepping out of this cloud of judgment, right? Because this is kind of more than them I'm seeing. I'm sorry. Cross watcher, I'm just seeing it that way, but you can see the roles as others. There's attachments here. You could be saying to me that you feel like there's other people that are clouding their judgment. That's also what's coming up here for you, Aquarius, is you're like, you know what? They're letting their friends dictate their whole life or their family. They're letting other people speak for them rather than them speaking up for themselves. And there needs to be more clarity between us, right? We need to have some sort of common ground here. You know, outside influences could be many different things, but yeah. And that's the breaking point. I think it's family, potentially. You could have family. Yeah, you could also really not like their family for some of you, or that, again, there's just influence from their family and to some extent that creates conflict, right? All right, we are going to talk more about timelines. We're going to see more about what they want to say to you. I'm going to see potentially what open doors are here within this relationship or potentially other relationships, okay? So if you want to follow me to Patreon, the links are below. If this is where we part, bye for now, Aquarius.